David B69, and welcome. If you're not living under a rock, you have heard the news that Minshew Mania has been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles in real life. So I thought to myself, well, Minshew's not a horrible quarterback. He's like a 70 overall, and Eagles cut Nick Mullins. So I'm like, well, I might as well just throw him as a trade in here, and I could basically say the 6th-round draft pick and Nick Mullins, and basically I can make that trade easy. I don't have to worry about the cut. I can just send him over there. So that's what I did, and I made that happen, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm perfectly good with it. What does that mean for our team? Well, let's find out here. What are we going to do? We have to look at our manager roster here and look at our depth chart. Now, everybody is saying that Flacco would be the number 2 and Minshew will be the number 3. I'm sorry, not in my world. In my world, Hurts has stunk all year long, and he is out. He is the number 3 quarterback in this system. I am basically having Flacco be my number 2, Minshew be my number 1, and we'll see how we do against a really... It's like I can't go... There's no what's called. It's like I'm thinking to myself, no matter what, we're probably going to lose this game. So let's look at it the way it is, and let's be real. We're probably going to wind up losing this game. So, but first off, we have a short week, I think it said. And we'll see what it says here. Obviously, we've got a short week, not much time to elaborate a game time. One of the cases stress and fundamentals. Blah, blah, with so little overtime, 100%, could lead to sloppy football and mental errors. Blah, 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 blah. Just trying to get a thing where I don't get a spike for having the stupid music come on in the background. So we got to beat them on one or less turnovers. Sounds great. Good. Okay, GM meeting, prospect spotlight. See what the whole music's going on here, so I'm just going to keep on talking. Clarice Deloitte, he's climbing up the draft boards, has some really things, so we're going to look at McLeod. So we're going to want to look at McLeod, and we are going to want to look at McLeod. Have we ever said the word McLeod before? So we're going to look at McLeod, and... see what it says. So we're going to scout. I don't know why we would scout. It's like we're already solid at halfback. I don't know why we would even be looking at McLeod. He's a 3rd rounder, so he's really not. It's like not the thing. But it's like let's look at that real quick. He did like after the scouts looked at him, he's like a late 5th rounder. Are you kidding me? This is horrendous. It's like, what are they thinking? Is this like this must be like the real guys and stuff, because as it seems like the kind of thing that the real front office for the Eagles would do. They're like, oh, we really like this guy. Everybody else says he really stinks, but I think he's going to be like a top round guy. Yeah, it just seems like a thing the Eagles would do. Okay. Oh, that's actually really good. So I like him. Because if we can get him in the 3rd round, if he's looking that good, I actually like that a lot. Yeah. Okay, so basically that will be our right guard, and what was the yellow left tackle I was looking at? Yeah, we gotta grab a couple of these guys. Yeah, so far nobody's shined here. Wow, what a dud! This guy was listed what? He was listed as a 2nd rounder, and He basically would be listed as undraftable. That's pretty heavy of a drop. And what do the right tackles have? Wow. Not much offensive line help here. Okay. And Tampa Bay's offensive thing has been 57% pass. Yeah. See, third and long, they go vertical. So I want to look at their deep stuff. I'm thinking we're going to look at defending the deep pass here. And since it's a short week, I want to go half pads because, like I said, it's a short week, so we don't want to hammer on these guys too much. And for our offense, we want to run inside, and for our player health, we are going again half pads. And yeah, their defense. Yeah, generally they're a cover 2 defense. I mean, that's where they zone up. But you can see, though, they're doing a lot of cover, which means we're going to have to be taking advantage of looking inside the zone. It's like, it makes it difficult for us. It's not something we specialize in. We don't have a specialty in dealing with teams that play a lot of zone. So hopefully we're sticking away from injuries this week. Because that's one thing we really can't afford to have is injuries this week. So hopefully we'll be good. Good. And Minshew's looking good. Let's upgrade some players here. Like to upgrade your pass defense. His morale is -1. That's everybody was. I think I turned that off before everybody saw it last week. Everybody's morale went down 1. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. Okay, we're going to look at the franchise staff. I think it's the talent tree. We're not going to... Our game day goal is not going to be what's called. I say if we don't allow a sack, let's try to do that. I like to sack the Brady 3 times and get 3 rushing touchdowns. Let's rush 150 yards. See how that works out. We'll go with that. And for talent tree, okay. Okay, we got the offense extended. I'm just trying to look at stuff and everything that could help us right away here. Okay. Boost carrying for quarterbacks. Yes, we need that. And let's boost it all the way up. So it'd be good so we don't fumble or anything else just in case. I'm hoping not to get the quarterback hit today, but just in case, let's always best to play cautiously. So let's play our game and we'll see how we do.
Coming up, the Eagles host the defending champs. Tom Brady faces a team he's played in 2 Super Bowls. But can he beat Philly as a Buccaneer? Find out right here on Thursday night.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. We get a peek at Tom Brady as he brings out this Tampa Bay offense. And Tom Brady in his 22nd season overall and his 2nd in Tampa Bay.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. 7 yards, the pickup there. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
Here we go.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
And Chris Godwin, one of those great unselfish players. Remember, he gave up his uniform number to Tom Brady when he got to town. And he's kind of known as the 1B to Mike Evans 1A. In this Tampa Bay pecking order among receivers, he makes a nice catch there.
Brady now on first down. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Brady. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 18 on the play. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Jones is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Brady looking for Brown, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Antonio Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a former 6th-round pick in his 3rd season out of Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for Sanders last week: 17 carries, 66 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Second down at 5. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Now Minshew. He'll get this into the hands of Travis Fulgham. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. And his throw is incomplete.
It was right in his hands.
Top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, blitz coming, and down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
See if they do that. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that'll make the score 14-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now a carry for Sanders. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I've heard you say that so much of being a great inside linebacker is diagnosis, and that time he diagnosed things instantly, made a beeline for the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. We've got an injured player, and it's the quarterback. That's Gardner Minshew, who's slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Well, Minshew mania is very short-lived. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to adjust from that.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the problem is I can't audible.
Here's Flacco. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. They find some open field here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Bootleg, Flacco. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he fires one incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Now Flacco. Open space inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 11. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On 2nd and 9, Flacco. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a good catch there for a first down by Antonio Brown. And in his career, at one point, he had 6 straight seasons over 100 catches. Not putting up those types of numbers now, but continues to be a favorite of Tom Brady, who recruited him originally to New England and most recently to Tampa.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside.
The guy made the tackle. It wouldn't have been a first down, and we would have gotten the ball back.
We have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. The poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady, quick slant to Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice...
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point try now for Succop. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got this down to the 35. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. They're trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6.
I had to have seen that, and I didn't see him there, and I screwed that up. That was securely my fault. I don't even have an excuse for it. I just was set on throwing it to the running back, and I just didn't see him there.
Succop for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score.
Wow, that is our first ever for this year return for a touchdown. That's pretty cool.
Egos that their players can't keep up with, and they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. When you look to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 2. To throw is Brady. Evans has it left side. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, Brady. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and goal from the 1. Again, it's Brady. Touchdown! The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the route is on here in this first half. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend. The first coming over in London. An early start, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Miami taking on Jacksonville. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well. One being a late start in Foxborough, where it'll be the Patriots taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Then, on Sunday night, a rematch of Super Bowl 40. No Jerome Bettis, no Hines Ward, but we do have Big Ben. Seahawks and Steelers from Heinz Field at 8:20 Eastern. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And our statisticians gone through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Eluded. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 on the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Here we go, D. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know, one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Here's Brady to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
This is just sad and disgraceful.
Touchdown passes now for
This is the
Tom
worst I've
Brady,
ever
and
seen.
The Buccaneers have taken a 6-touchdown
I can't
lead.
imagine any.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath, And you see someone catch the ball, secure it.
I knew the team wasn't that great when I started doing this franchise, but I never thought it would be this bad. And a lot of it, it's like one score and everything, interception for a touchdown. That was on me, but the rest of this, I don't see what I'm doing. And people that watched my last year's videos would know that I'm not this bad, but wow, this is bad.
5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From the 6. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game, passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. 4 down. Check.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady right back to Brown. This time he's got it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Hey, check. Mike 50. Watch screen.
Now Brady. And Gronkowski's got it. Complete over the middle. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. Here's Flacco. Complete. Smith has it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
On 1st down, Sanders. Levante David in on the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Travis Fulgham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
I know what the scoreboard says here, but for all those who are playing fantasy football, their scoreboards are different. Points scored could benefit someone.
Elliott now to have the extra point. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And Mike Evans has been the model of consistency and excellence. 7 years in the league. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver 7 times, the first guy in league history to do that. And he makes another catch there for a 1st down.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, his second touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point put through by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It's a second down run with Sanders. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
He's checking. Crash.
Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To pass, Flacco. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. Space to run past the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Flacco. And incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and now it's incomplete.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Flacco. And that's knocked away and incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Flush, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Joe Flacco taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30. He will score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point try now for Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and now it's 2nd down.
We got three.
Passing play, Flacco.
Open right side, complete to Rager.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
103 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. It's caught inside the 25.
Here we go.
Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Up to make the play, Alex Singleton, the Eagles' leading tackler last year. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Here comes Rager.
Ooh, the juke. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Flacco looks to throw. He's got Smith here. Touchdown! Devontae Smith. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line.
He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
First down and much more here for Jones. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they get 10 yards there and convert on third. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Up to make the tackle, Anthony Harris, former Viking.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So the fumble recovery, now Flacco to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
Ain't doing
and
nothing.
He's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. He does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back.
This might have been a blowout, but we didn't give up. This is David B69, and I'm out.
Someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
Badoop, 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 badoop,